Welcome to the shop. Hope you're having a great day. Alright, time to get back on this and get the handles all laid out and cut out and shaped up and all that good stuff. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know my new handle shapes came in. They're a lot bigger. Well, not a lot bigger, but they're a little bit bigger than the old ones. This comes down right here and this comes out more just to make sure, you know, and I actually had them cut the lock bar there so I don't have to worry about it. So, boom, it should be fun build, but I have to put this all down and get this bushcraft knife finished. Actually, also if you follow me on Instagram, I had to fix one of my cameras, this one up here. But yeah, you know, man, it was touch and go for a while. I'm rambling. Alright, I got 3 knives up on my website. They're not down here, but they look just like this. Well, not the compound grind, this one's mine. But I have a few of these coming. So yeah, I'll put the website up in the cards. It's the first down in the description. Amazon links are on there. All that good stuff. By the way, I was on Toby Fire and Steel podcast. Yeah, so go check it out. I'll put the link down in the description. It was a pretty good one if you want to hear me rant on and stories about my life and, you know, what I did stuff. And we actually, it's supposed to be a knife podcast, but we talked a little bit about knives, but mainly how I got the knife making and all that. Just go check it out. It's a good podcast. Do me a favor, make sure to like, subscribe, leave some comments, leave me some questions for the next Q&A or some ideas or tips, anything you got. I'll take it. Alright, let's get to these handles. So I went and looked at these handles. I think I like this on the outside because it kind of matches a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, I think we'll do it like this. I already spent 5 minutes. I should stick with how I want it. That's not a good idea. We'll have these lines coming down from the top. There we go. It's always good to double and triple check. Because I would have put it, nah, I guess I wouldn't have. I was thinking I might have put it backwards, but nah. But it's always still good to double check. Let's go cut these out to the bandsaw. Alright, let's go drill them out. Alright, got my 1/4 inch bolts. Boom, 1/4 inch bolts. Drill the holes, put them in there. Got my 1, 2, 3 block. I know this is a lot of extra steps or a few extra steps, but it just feels better to me. I guess I better put the drill bit in there, huh? I like it better over here. It doesn't get in the way of my arm. Or my arm doesn't get in the way of the camera. One of those two things. Here we go, lined up. Trash can right here. That's convenient. Move this over here. Move this over a bit. Alright, let me go put the other clamps on and I'll show you when I get back. Alright, I got the longer screws, see? They'll go all the way across once I drill the hole. So, alright. Make sure we're lined up still. Here we go. Oh yeah, when you're clamping everything up, make sure everything's covered. Down here doesn't matter because that's getting cut up anyway. But everything else, you know, make sure it's covered. If you mess up a little bit, you can actually take the handle down a bit, but yeah, that's not to. See, now we can move this here. You know, it's what, extra 5 minutes of setup? This way, if something happens, at least you know it's straight. You know, if you do them both on one side, something might mess up. To me, it's worth the 5 minutes, you know, setup. Because I'll tell you what, you do it the other way, you know what it's going to mess up when you got that $50 pair of scales on there? And it's never going to mess up any other time, but when you got the expensive scales, then you're screwed. Alright, let's go put some pivots in this. I'll meet you at the grinder. I got it on pivots, no pins, pivots. Now, if I want to use pins later, that's the good thing about these pivots. I can take the handles off and put pins in. You can shape it to like 95% of how you want it to do. Take this off, put the pins in, and epoxy it up. You know, a lot of guys I see, they put their pins in, epoxy it, then shape their handles, which you can do it. You know, I'm not saying don't do it. I just, I don't know. I don't understand it. But hey, we all have our own ways of doing it. But if you mess up, then you gotta take all the epoxy and everything else off. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Alright, I'm gonna do something I don't usually do. Just to see if it's more efficient. Good Lord. I'm just gonna hit in here first, and then I'm gonna put the big wheel on and finish her up. Alright, boom, then we'll take this back off and finish her up. I'm glad I stopped. I forgot to take them off and put them together and do like an 1/8 inch gap like I always do. Which I'm glad I did, because I forgot to switch the battery out on this one, and it ran out, so there'll be a lot of footage from this. Alright, so let's get them all shaped up and then we'll put them back on the knife and finish them up. Man, that feels good. The rest is hand sanding. Let's put a little bit of oil on here and see what she looks like. It needs to be hand sanded, of course, but I guess that's next. But not tonight. Let's get these handles off so I can hand sand. I don't know if you guys follow Alee Knives, A-L-E-E Knives, but he just did a really long thing about like 5 different ways to finish handles. So I've got Danish oil, so I'm probably just gonna go up to like a 400 and then hit it with Danish oil and see what that looks like. Yeah, he had a lot of good ideas. Go check it out. You know, I think this is a couple days ago now or whatever. Well, probably, who knows when this is coming out. But yeah, it's just like a finishing handles part 2. It's pretty good, so go check it out. If you're interested in how to finish wood handles. Now, he takes them up to like a really high shiny finish, which I'm not really into. But a lot of people are. And you might get an idea of just how to finish 1 or 2 of your things, because I don't get that elaborate, especially with handles. I try to stay away from handles as much as possible. So let me put my other ear thing in, and this is going to be high speed. All right, 400 grit. I had to go back and hit the flats on like an A65, but yeah, nice and smooth. See, I haven't put the holes in for the screws. I can put pins in here. See, it's almost done. It's like 95, 96% done. And if I wanted to, I can just cut pins, epoxy it, make sure the epoxy doesn't drip out, and then just have a little bit of finishing up after it dries. But I don't understand pin handles. It makes more sense to put them so you can remove them, but so I gotta remember this thing's almost sharp. Woo! All right, I'm gonna use some Danish oil, see what we got. If not, I can just sand it off. Then I'm gonna go just drill these off. You know, what I do is I use a rotary drill bit. I use the third one down for 1/4 inch. So I'm just gonna do that off camera. Ain't no reason to set up the whole drill press again, but let's get this Danish oil on. That way it'll be underneath. Or no, I'm gonna go drill them first. That way it'll be covered. Because if I put it on first and then drill. Anyway. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna use the silver screws for this one. Let's get some Danish oil on her. I swear every time I use this, I have to break out the vice grips and crank that off. Alright, let me put these screws in and I'll show you. There we go. I'll probably put some, a few more coats of Danish oil on it, maybe sand it up a little bit more, we'll see. Yeah, actually I gotta take it off and etch it and do the Hamones and then the Kydex and my logo and all that, so. That's a good thing about removable scales. So that's about it. Like I say, next etching and all that good stuff. Let me know how you finish your handles, what you do, if you like shiny handles or if you like them just flat like that with a little bit of pop to them. And yeah, leave me your questions or your tips or your ideas for the next Q&A. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff we tell you to do. I'll put my website up in the cards. It's the first down in the description. I got Amazon links down there, all that good stuff. Let's see, I'll put the rest of the playlist right here. And my website's right there. Hope y'all having a great day. And as always, take it easy.